You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, I don't know if that Jackson Dart video I wanted to make is ever getting done. Yeah, I think I'm going to shoot it after this video, so stay tuned. But one thing has been determined in Indianapolis, and I predicted this because I said you don't sign Daniel Jones to a $14 million a year contract if you don't intend to, on a 95% level, start him as your starting quarterback. That's a very cheap, low-end, your quarterback number 28 through 33 or 34 in the league kind of salary. But it is more of a starting salary than it is. You're not giving a backup $14 million a year. Okay. So by comparison, I think Aaron Rodgers got, I don't know if he got 20, something like that from the Steelers. Russell Wilson got 10 plus bonuses that might be able to get him up towards 18 or 19 or 20 if he wins the Super Bowl, that kind of shit. But yeah, $14 million a year, you're probably getting the starting job. And that's exactly what's happened with the Colts. The Colts fan base, holy hell. It seems that Golden Child, Chris Ballard, that can do no wrong at general manager, has fallen out of favor, as has Shane Steichen. Now, in case you don't remember, Shane Steichen was Ben Johnson 3 years ago. Oh, he's the next big thing. He's the next big thing. Colts fans are thinking, no, you're not. Now, you guys know, if you've watched this channel, I've never been sold on Anthony Richardson. The fact is, Anthony Richardson should have just come out of college in this year's draft. Okay? He should have never came out, and they should have never drafted him. He had 13, I think it was 13 or 14 starts or games in college football. We've seen over history, if you got less than, really and truly, you'd love to see 30 games. Your ability to succeed greatly decreases below 20 games. Greatly. Basically, you don't make it, generally speaking, in the NFL. If he'd have stayed in 2 more years, this whole thing might have looked different for Anthony Richardson. And I got to tell you, that play that he got injured and that pinky and him not being able to play in that preseason game, that hurt him. Oh, but he got injured. Oh, but he missed a protection. All right, he missed an outlet to get rid of the ball. And it does not help Anthony Richardson that basically every former quarterback out there that is involved with breaking down film and or the media and or their own platforms destroyed Anthony Richardson for that. Why did they destroy him? Because they said that's something he should have known easily sometime in his first season. He's in his third. It was very elementary as an NFL quarterback. And he blew it. People were shocked. He didn't know what he was looking at because he mentioned, I think in the press conference, something about he didn't recognize this or that or something. And people were like, oh shit, this isn't going to go well because certainly by this point, you should easily know that. That hurt him. That went public. That went viral. And it killed him, I think, because he showed a little improvement in the preseason, the little that he got to play. But I think this was always skewed in the direction of Daniel Jones. So right here, of course, Daniel Jones named starter September 7th against the Miami Dolphins. And, of course, this is now everywhere. This is official. It's all over the place. Daniel Jones in the preseason. 17 of 32. Yikes. 53%, 245 yards, a 7.7 average on passing, a 78 rating. What won him the job was his pass game. 7 for 11, 63.6%, 101 yards, a 9.2 average. Yeah, that's good. and a 93.4 quarterback rating. Anthony Richardson right here, let me just bring this up. 6 of 11 in this last game, 54%, 6.6 average, 75 rating. 8 of 14, 57%, 94 yards, 77 on his quarterback rating. I know a lot of people are upset about this. My question is, why? What have you seen out of Anthony Richardson that makes you think you want to see any more? I think the Colts are acknowledging we missed. We missed badly. Now, I will acknowledge, where is it going with Daniel Jones? I could understand that question being asked too. I could get that question being asked. But the moment they gave him that money, I just assume all Colts fans understood Anthony Richardson had lost the job, basically. But I understand fans being upset because you blew the assets in that draft, right? Chris Ballard is a joke. At least him and Steichen will be gone after the season. A new standard here is going for 8 wins. So disappointing. Could not be less excited for the upcoming season. I don't know how Chris Ballard goes up and looks his family in the eyes. Are you kidding me? King of mediocrity. Shane Steichen went from lovable young coach in year 1 to one of the most despised figures in Indianapolis in a shockingly short amount of time. Yep, I'm out on Steichen. Goodbye. Shane Steichen and Ballard have watched AR for 2 years. It hasn't been perfect, but the potential has been undeniable. He was never supposed to be a finished product yet. If they decide to start DJ, they don't belong anywhere near a football team at any level. That's crazy. I mean, I can't believe people are crashing out like they didn't know this was where this was going. The time to have crashed out was when Daniel Jones signed the contract. The chart used when Steichen made his decision on who he trusts. Oh, God. So now it's skin color? Is that what we're doing? What are we doing? They drafted a kid they should not have drafted. They gave him a shot. Now, Anthony Richardson, he's a perfect UFL guy. This is where the NFL, and I've been banging this drum, that the UFL needs to become an NFL developmental league, and these NFL teams should let their rookie and second and third year quarterbacks go play in said league. Yeah, you run the risk of injury. They got to develop somehow. Otherwise, do not take a quarterback with 13 games in college. Number one, never take a quarterback with less than 30 games. If you wait till they got 30 games of experience in college, the odds of them succeeding is much, much, much higher. F the Colts, F Shane Steichen, F Chris Ballard. The fan base. Whoa, man, that's pretty overwhelming. 91% versus 9%. Doesn't surprise me. People are ate up with dual threat quarterbacks. They are. You got to be able to pass the ball better than Anthony Richardson. You just do. You gave up on AR. You drafted him with extreme capital, knowing he was a project. You simply gave up on him. You can't tell me Daniel Jones will take this team further. No upside. What a joke of a franchise. I'm done with this team until Ballard and Steichen are gone. Tyrese Halliburton. That's pretty good. Shane Steichen has officially lost the city of Indianapolis and very, very large majority of the Colts fan base. Shane Steichen is a great offensive coordinator and a terrible head coach. Shane Steichen just banked his job on Daniel Jones. Won't be seeing him next year. Probably wouldn't have been seeing him with Anthony Richardson either. I mean, that's being honest. Steichen just lost 80% of the fan base with one announcement. Effing incredible. I still do not understand. Now, this is interesting. Following the news of Daniel Jones being the Colts starter, the team should trade Anthony Richardson and give him a fresh start. He's younger than all these other quarterbacks that were taken, by the way. I mean, Shadur was just taken. So was Tyler Shuck, Will Howard, Dylan Gabriel. God, he's younger than Caleb, Bo, and Penix. Well, Bo Nix played 9 million years in college. And that's the path that Anthony Richardson should have taken, was the Bo Nix path. Figure out a way to play as much college football as possible. The Colts never should have drafted this kid. All right? Like I said, he should just now be coming out in the draft. I'm surprised. I'm surprised. Look, it doesn't matter if you love Anthony Richardson or not. Doesn't matter if you hate Daniel Jones or not. I just thought the Colts fan base probably knew this was already a decided situation. Honestly, I mean, I figured, again, when you give that quarterback that money, the decision has largely been made. Plus, you combine it with Anthony Richardson getting hurt, where you wanted to see what he was going to do and how he was progressed was him in that first preseason game. It's my understanding, from listening to a lot of folks in the NFL, the moment he decided to do this during that game, they were all out on him, including a lot of his teammates. So people can get mad about that, but it did happen, and it is what it is. Man, I expect the ratio in this video to be bad, because I did not realize there was that many people still invested in this guy. I really didn't. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.